Hello guys and welcome to the ProDota Club series by Smashcast TV. We have the actual last match of the day in this best of 3. It is the third match, of course, no surprise there, between Geek Fam and XIAO DIAN. The first match goes to Geek Fam. They take it pretty convincingly, even though there was a bit of back and forth. The second match much more even, where XIAO DIAN manages to come back at the end through the usage of a really good pick-off by the anti-mage that acquired him a Divine Rapier for like 10 whole minutes in the game. And of course, that great Shadow Shaman that shackled the Luna in the last moment of the game to ensure them an easy win in that team fight. Also pretty bad Fisher. That's beyond the point. Geek Fam here are trying to recover their lost honor and try to pick up the pieces from their dignity and shame that they lost in the last match by winning this third matchup and continuing in the winners brackets. XIAO DIAN, on the other hand, are trying their best at scratching onto the surface, trying to stay in these winners brackets and not have to face the losers just yet, because it would be a very dangerous territory for the Singaporean team. Let's see who can take this next match between Geek Fam and XIAO DIAN, as this will determine the future of the ProDota Cup. My name is DSwordfish. I'll be your caster for today. Hope you enjoy the cast. And let's get right to the draft, shall we? Earth Spirit, Luna, and Lena, Jesus. Picked up by Geek Fam only, okay, Interpreter and Ursa, picked up by XIAO DIAN. XIAO DIAN bans out the Legion Commander, the Magnus, the Venomancer, and the Slark, whereas Geek Fam ban out the Bristleback, the Nyx Assassin, the Tinker, and now someone else. So, that's interesting. Earth Spirit and Lena. A lot of middle game domination, or mid lane domination. That's what Geek Fam is going for. I can presume that's a Lena in the support, in the mid lane position. So Tiki Lena with an Earth Spirit. Whatever goes on to them. I mean, honestly, hell, even a sniper gets crushed by this combo. I can't think of a single thing that really doesn't get crushed by a Lena plus an Earthshaker. Whereas XIAO DIAN, Twin Protector, and Ursa, so they are going more for the lane domination. Ursa, easy winning the lanes with him. So Twin Protector can go for a dual off lane with someone else. Perhaps an axe is the job. Wow, they're going to go for the Twin Protector Shadow Shaman combo again. They do love that combo in SCA. It's very powerful in terms of lane domination, because both your side lanes are secured by these heroes. You have a pretty solid stun, the Shadow Shaman, and obviously the Overgrowth plus the Snakes, which if you do get an axe, deals a lot of damage. However, Geek Fam has already decided to screw over the mid lane already with the Lena Earth Spirit combo, so they're not that bad off, honestly, between the Shadow Shaman and Twin Protector. Both of them are really terrible gankers into the mid lane, because Shadow Shaman lacks range, Twin Protector lacks trees in the mid lane, so they really can't do much against it. If XIAO DIAN picks any sort of mid laner that's not too strong in the lane, or that relies too much in the lane, they'll die. Maybe a Shadow Fiend would be a good idea, so you can just go farm jungle, a Storm Spirit, but the same idea, even an Invoker, because the Alacrity can help him out a bit. And he also has a bit more of an escape mechanism with that Tornado that's so valuable to him. But right now, let's see. Keeper Light picked up a Geek Fam as a second support. Okay. This support is really smart pickup, actually. Get up against a Twin Protector who's going to harass you constantly. So is the Shadow Shaman. Keeper Light can just stay from very far out the lane, not give himself up, and also use the Illuminate, right, to really annoy the enemy team. Works well with Lena, because you get double stacks of Fiery Soul, which is a simple Dragon Slave, or Light Strike Array. In fact, you can actually use double Light Strike Array for a 5-second stun. Honestly, that's really easy to use. All you have to use is Yule Scepter, mana Yule Scepter on Lena. You go for the extra cast range. You mana the Lena, so you Chakra Magic her. Light Strike Array first, Dragon Slave, Laguna's Blade, whatever you want to do, Light Strike Array second. And there's no way that anyone's going to survive that combo, including the Ursa, because he's not able to enrage during the whole thing. So Keeper Light, very powerful. Also allows for the Earth Spirits, Boulder Smashes to help out a bit and whatnot, though his Chakra Magic, it doesn't really work well with Remnants or any sort of charges, so yeah, they need to really change that up, because the Keeper Light should really help out charge-based heroes. But whatever. He's also able to dominate the lane pretty well, like I said, and do pretty well against melee heroes in general, melee carries as a whole. So Ursa is quite annoyed by this, because the Mana Leak is also going to annoy him. The Shadow Shaman and Twin Protector are going to be very annoyed by Mana Leak, because both Shadow Shaman and Twin Protector don't like going for Yule Scepter. They're not really their items, so they won't have any way of dispelling the Mana Leak until they do grab a Yule Scepter or a Lotus Sword, but whenever they choose to do so, to grab up. XIAO DIAN is a pretty good offlaner here. Darkseer seems like a terrible idea. Maybe Axe, actually. What does Lovey likes to play? Axe? He's played Axe sometimes. Nyx Assassin. Night Stalker. Okay, Night Stalker's going to be the pick for them. Night Stalker has been buffed recently, especially in the support position, because of the fact that you have the new flying vision, right? It's 2 seconds, flying movement and vision, sorry. Very powerful in the late game, because you get the Aghanim's. I mean, the Aghanim's plus the flying makes you unkillable, because nobody's ever going to be able to gank you. Only issue that Night Stalker has is in the off lane is a bit weaker because he can't really dive towers as often. He can't really utilize the 4-minute Knight as much. So he's more relying on the Trim Protector to assure him a decent lane. But that's 2 melee heroes, 3 already, XIAO DIAN against Geek Fam's team. Luckily, the Legion Commander's already been banned, but you can just now run like a Clockwork, for example, in the off lane. And most of XIAO DIAN is screwed. And you do want to go for the off laner right now. The Clockwork stops the Ursa completely. Clockwork plus 4 staff, and the Ursa is done. That's a good idea. If you're going to go for something more classic, the Axe is also very good against these kind of heroes, but the Ursa can blow up the Axe by accident, and so can the Night Stalker with a Void, and the magical damage in the enemy team is quite high, so maybe the Axe is not the best idea. Sanking is the choice for Geek Fam. Sanking, if the Keeper Light comes help him in the lane, I can imagine Sanking winning the lane. Maybe if you run it against an Ursa in a dual lane, like if you run Sanking Keeper Light in the safe lane, then you run an aggressive dual lane with Earth Spirit and someone else, maybe, because then you'll be running against the Ursa. Don't know what to say. I mean, the whole point of Sanking is to try to beat off the Ursa, or not. Beat the Ursa, not beat off the Ursa. No need to masturbate the Ursa, just need to kill. And in the lane, with this Caustic Finale and the Burrow Strike, it shouldn't be too hard. Of course, with the help of the Coddle, it even makes it easier. Especially because the Coddle helps you do more Burrow Strikes. But at the same time, Geek Fam, I mean, they only have one more pick left. XIAO DIAN has also, I mean, they only have one more pick left. That has to be their carry. And the Earth Spirit is already going to help the mid lane. Keeper Light is going to help the off lane or the safe lane, whichever one. But you're going to have someone solo. So if you were going to sacrifice the Sanking, then you don't get the domination. And so Clockwork would have been much better coming the mid game. And if you're going to sacrifice the Keeper Light, or sorry, whatever other carry you pick, you better be ready to sacrifice him and not die. The Anti-Mage would have been a great pick. The Weaver still comes to mind. Is actually particularly fantastic. Night Stalker is really strong against him. But you can go for Manta style on Weaver. It's not that bad of an idea. Considering this game you have so many roots and so many silences, the only thing you should be worried about now is Shadow Shaman stuns. So you can go for Manta style, Lincoln's Weaver, or something like that. It's still very good against the Ursa. Alternatively, Clinks. Clinks is pretty good. There's a lot of stuns, but he has a lot of HP because of his new Death Pact. Actually, Clinks got nerfed pretty heavily by that Death Pact change because he can't recover health as easily. So, don't actually like the Clinks pick as much. Sonics really does like the Weaver though. The Meepo Man. The Razor. Okay, a classic. A Razor in the carry lane. Actually, this works really well. The Razor buffs have been significant. That respawn change, I don't know what I forgot what they gave him, but it's not that considerable. Actually, I don't think he had a respawn. Never mind. He barely got anything out of it. Only the Eye of the Storm change, which, honestly, when people think that was the one thing Razor needed, it was not the one thing Razor needed. He needs more than that. Being able to control where you hit with the Eye of the Storm is okay. You can kill people a bit easier, but it's not that effective. XIAO DIAN with the last pick, they need a mid-hero Invoker. Alright, Invoker against Alina, because he doesn't realize, he thinks the Razor's probably going to go mid. They haven't watched Geek Fam played. I mean, Invoker is one of those heroes that you can actually run against Lina as well. Raji is going to be able to get easy kills once the Bolter Smash comes out. All he needs is a Dust, and the Dust is able to stop the Ghost Walk Invoker easily. The Invoker is probably going to be forced to go for a Quasi-Exort build, meaning that the Invoker, because that's how you play against Lina, meaning that you're going to be very vulnerable against the Earth Spirit because you will have the Tornado or the Ghost Walk early on to stop him from attacking you, forcing him not to buy Dust, meaning that Invoker is absolutely screwed in this mid lane, and the Earth Spirit is not even losing any resources in the process of it. Sonics, meanwhile, against an Ursa is absolutely fantastic, does not care too much about the roots. The Shadow Shaman hurts himself with the Unstable Current, and if you go for the 130 extra Unstable Current damage, that's not only a great and damage and slow for both the Night Stalker and the Shadow Shaman, but it might even kill him. Guys, 260 damage every time the Shadow Shaman uses one of his spells. If he wants to use Ether Shock, Hex, and the Annoying Shackles, that gets him a total of 980 damage. That's close to 1,000 magical damage just because... Wait, no, what am I saying? 880 damage. That's close to 1,000 magical damage just because you miss... 780 magical damage. That's close to 800 magical damage just because you use the spells on him. And that's pretty good anyway. Razor, she'll be able to kill him regardless. The Ursa suffers a lot against the Razor because he gets... doesn't get slowed by the Razor, obviously, but the Razor's much faster. Even with the Earthshock on him, the Razor should be able to outrun his opponent with Phase Boots or the Trial Boots. The Trim Protector's not going to really grab him with most of his spells. The Overgrowth might, but not the Stun, because again, Razor's pretty fast and can just not stay near trees. It's a good range. And the Static Link completely destroys the Ursa. So the Fury Stripes still stack. Honestly, you rely on that initial damage to be able to kill the Razor, and once the Razor turns around on you, either you enrage and attack him, and he's going to kite you regardless, or you don't enrage and you just die. Alright, Sunstrike comes out just to see what the enemy team has. Take away the face picks. I finally take that away for the towers. Apologize for that. But anyway, that's it. So, it's game number 3 between XIAO DIAN and Geek Fam. It's really intense because whoever wins this game stays in the winners brackets, whoever loses goes down to losers brackets and will face possible elimination in the next match they play. So let's see what happens this game. Before we do, though, let's present the teams real quick. My name is D. Oh, actually, that Sunstruck was very offensive. DiAn wants to get the kill on Raji really quickly. Not going to happen. Right. My name is DSwordfish. I'll be your caster for today. If you do enjoy my cast, again, follow me on Twitter. I'll put the link at the end of the cast. That said, let's go into... let's see what the teams have for us today. XIAO DIAN on the Radiant side. The good guys, it's going to be Gentleman on the Invoker in the mid lane. Love it by playing the Night Stalker in the off-lane position. Carry is going to be the Ursa played by Speed Drop. The 2 supports finally going to be DiAn on the Trip Protector and Mr. Shadow Shaman played by Jaeger. As for Geek Fam, we have Teehee in the middle lane, playing as the Lina. In the off-lane position, it's Velo on the Sand King. The carry is going to be Psyonix playing the Razor. And then finally the 2 supports, again, Raji on the Earth Spirit. And the Coddle this time played by Net. Net has such a variety of supports. I think I don't know what he played first game. It was Witch Doctor second, and then third game, Keeper of the Light. What did Net play first game? I mean, they won, so... It wasn't Witch Doctor for sure, because they didn't repeat the Witch... Oh, it might have been... I don't remember, because I think the Witch Doctor game I thought, oh, they're winning, and then oh, they're losing, oh, they're winning. And the first game I thought, oh, they're losing. So I actually don't remember what Net played, but Net has a pretty good, Shadow Shaman has a pretty good support range, actually. Net is one of my top favorite XIAO players of all time, honestly. When he played in Fnatic, when he played in, for the brief time he played in Fnatic, I was very happy for him. When he played in Orange, of course, in Titan. I mean, it's surprising this guy hasn't gone farther, but Geek Fam has a pretty good squad just because they have someone like Net in, and they also have some of the Filipino talents like Teehee and whatnot. I do wonder what they do for money. I do wonder if it just has a job or something, because he's been in the scene for quite a long time. Hasn't won tournaments is also quite a long time, so I wonder if he just plays Dota and just gets all the money he can from tournaments and just is really good with the money. I mean, I think if you get paid in dollars, it's beneficial if you are from Malaysia, which I think is where Net's from. I want to say, because it was an Orange esports, so you just have to assume, right? Which questions if Geek Fam just all speak English, meaning that they could be much more of an international team. It's really nice that XIAO was one of the first regions to actually bring the whole international thing around. If you notice, they were the first region to actually have international players. Not because they sucked, which is most people say, oh, they just suck, so they need more players. No, it's because they actually all speak English, you Mongoloids. Europeans don't. Well, Eastern Europe, or Northern Europe does. Eastern Europe does not. And neither does, Southern Europe at all. Trust me, I'm from there. I'm from Southern Europe, so they don't speak English. Neither does China, neither does actually South America. So the only region that could actually do it was XIAO. And they started to take advantage of that, and that's great, because international teams are the way to go in anything. Only issue was when things like Digital Chaos happened, which is Americans, oh, we speak English, and they just took a bunch of Europeans from the northern regions, who weren't good enough, because the northern regions in general in Europe don't have enough of a scene to actually amplify, or, they have enough good teams that is scary in Europe, but they don't have enough of a scene so that they have, the German scene, the Swedish scene, and whatnot. It's all Europe as a whole, because Europe is too small, and not enough people play Dota. So as a result, oh wow, fuck, Gentleman actually got killed in the Morgan. So as a result, they brought some Europeans into America and started dominating those scenes, because America is the worst region by far in terms of competitive ability. And so, that's how Thunderbirds came to be. Pretty smart tactic when it first came out, huh? Not anymore. Now, Teehee. In the middle lane, he got a kill. Sorry, I missed it because the Light Striker just hit him with the rolling boulder. And I was concentrating on all the lanes. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, I think Velo wants to just put a bit of pressure onto Jaeger. You notice how the Keeper Light went down bottom and the Earth Spirit came in the middle lane. That's why they had to pick someone like Razor. Razor can actually win the lane against Night Stalker without any problem. Though surprisingly, right now he only has 10 last as opposed to say Lina's 12 or whatever. But in comparison, the Ursa has 5. So they're doing pretty well. They have a second Berserk soon from Velo, and Speeddraw is fighting here way too aggressively because the Caustic Finale is going to slow him down. That Illuminate is going to kill him, and now in the middle lane as well. They go on to Gentleman. Lina has enough damage, and even with a Trim Protector helping out, he gets the kill in the middle lane. That's a 2,000 net worth difference already going in favor of Geek Fam. Though that got lost really quickly with the... I actually don't know how they just lost 700 gold. That is... What? How did they lose 700 gold? That's impossible. Oh, okay, because the net worth did not... Oh, okay, the net worth of the bottle did not count onto the... Okay, when you have the net bottle on top of you, that's the net worth doesn't count. I wonder if that actually makes a spike. So since the Earth Spirit had the bottle, because Lina just gave it to him to recover bottle charges, then the net worth didn't count. That's why we went down so much. What's the score? It's 1-1, as it says over here. I know you might not be used to it because it's new, but that's 1 and that's 1, and you see there's a little other peg here to indicate it's a best of 3. Thank you for the chat telling me, by the way. You Russian chat are actually as good as the English chat, so I don't mind you. Sunstrike hits Gentleman. Oh, great boulder smash. Gentleman is stopped, and goodbye to Mr. Gentleman. Will die to T-He's and Roger's power. So yeah, Russians, feel free to welcome. You're welcome to my stream anytime. Jaeger brought down by the damage of Illuminate and Velo, and healing up back again, swinging using the burst strike. I mean, maybe I'll just wish that there's no more Russian cast for the next games, just so you can come here. I actually don't know how good the Russian casts are for these games, so I wonder. You can tell me. Are they also, you know, streamers like me, or a bit less established? Not entirely certain. Oh, Light Striker missed. Light Striker missed. That could have been a kill. I mean, they had a boulder smash and a rolling boulder as well. And again, quasi-short build, right? No dust needed. Honestly, there's no Ghost Walk available, or even a Tornado to try to help you out. The only issue here is that, truthfully, T-He doesn't have that many, or he has a pretty decent denies. Actually, has a pretty good level difference. Oh, Raji. He was controlling the situation the whole time, Dian. The whole time. You had no chance in the beginning. Oh, careful. Lovely does have a chance, though. He'll go on to Raji. Sunstrike not going to hit. Raji evades that. Wow. Almost jukes him around the tree. T-He will be getting the kill onto Dian in exchange for the death of Raji. That's pretty fair. And Velo looking for the last hit. Nope. The Illuminate will be enough. Net has been planning those Illuminates, but fantastically. Going for the Chakra Magic now. Second level of Illuminate. It seems like we're seeing Akikado. And with an Ursa that's so slowed down by the Caustic Finale, it's super easy to actually hit him with the Illuminate. Thanks, viewers, for telling the guy that seems so lost and not watching the cast. Oh, Shackles from Sunstrike. That's easy kill into the Sanking. That's a pretty important kill too, but it's only Love that recovers from that, not the Ursa. And if you actually look at the net worth, you'll see that the Ursa is, well, 600 below the Sanking, and certainly below the Lina or the Razor. The Snowball is happening. Psionics is level 5, about to get level 6. He has not missed many last hits, has 24 denies to his name. You see how the change for denies made people deny so much more? Look at Razor's denies go up, 25 denies to him. That's a lot of extra experience. That's why I actually don't know why he's only level 6, probably because of lack of kills. I mean, compared to the Ursa, he's only level 4, so you can see a bit of a net worth or experience difference. There they go on to Gentleman. That was a bit dangerous because he wanted to hit him with Rolling Boulder, then Boulder Smash. Otherwise, they can't really utilize the slow too well. Burst Strike is available in 4 seconds. That Chakra Magic is also if needed. Chakra Magic. Oh, no need for it. Illuminate would actually use Burst Strike to finish him off. Neto is being charged on by Love It. He has to somehow survive. Velo has a Burst Strike very soon, but won't be able to use it. And if they only Chakra Magicked him, he would have actually survived this. Would have been able to use the Burst Strike 4 seconds sooner, which is exactly the time he had on cooldown while he... that's a kill on Gentleman. That's exactly the time he had on cooldown when the Coddle died, so he could have just Burrow Striked, not necessarily saved the Coddle, but Burrow Striked into the trees and bought a TP, and he would have been fine, actually. But instead, they used the Illuminate of the Chakra Magic because they wanted to kill so badly, and that was the wrong choice. Oh well. Playing so well, Coddle then just defies me net. However, T-He's still winning the lane. I mean, even if they do win this bottom lane, which is not even happening because the Ursa has no lasses, and the Coddle and the Sanking has still really crushed them. I mean, they got a kill there against the Ursa again. The issue is that you can't even go top lane because it's like, oh, okay, Silence is low, maybe I can farm here. Nope, he's Static Link to make sure you don't farm at all. Even though it's only level 2 Static Link, usually you max it. He went for the Plasma Field for extra farming power, and it's going to work wonders with him. I mean, I like maxing the Static Link because it gives you complete domination. With the minus 38 damage, already gives you enough so that the Ursa can't last it and you can. And that's all that matters. You know, in the middle lane, Electric Array hits the Invoker. T-He dives the tier 2 to get the kill on the Invoker. And the bottom lane, they're going to go on to Velo. Love It, having a Void and easy kill onto him. Burst Strike, though, it was available, so they want to commit too far as the Burst Strike could just put him in a bad position under tower. As Infused Raindrops also working wonders against Love It. Love is doing really well in terms of farm. He's actually topped in his net worth in this team, but it doesn't compare to T-He and to Psionics. Psionics is farming the lane pretty efficiently, also using those camps and probably stacking them or dealing damage to them with his Plasma Field, and later on, obviously, when anyone comes into the lane, Static Link and easy win. Minute 8. Wow, so I'm going to be able to get a minus minute 8. That's pretty soon, especially with Phase Woods combined. I think at the last one on the tower. There it is. Okay. He was actually just paying attention to the HP, I believe. Anyway, he got it, so good job. It's extra 200 gold for them, even though the tower's got nerfed slightly. Oh, the night just ended. Love It has no darkness right now. Let's strike Array. Catch another Trim Protector. He's the first to die. Sunstrike, though, hits the Lina, and Lina will die to the poor Ursa damage. In fact, the end is still alive. Burst Strike is being committed just to kill him off. Raji still joining in. The Illuminate available. Psionics knows it's a team fight. Goes on to Jaeger. That's the first kill for the Plasma Field. And now Love It is going to start losing some damage if Psionics wants to. That is an ultimate already used. I have the Storm committed. Burst Strike as well. And this Night Stalker is as good as dead. That infused raindrops will not help him at all. And getting that kill onto the Razor, by the way, from the Night Stalker, the only one that's farmed, gives so much gold to the Razor. Unnecessary, honestly. I'm so happy about this. Now he has the Midas, so he's going to start just grabbing creeps. And with a nerf to the experience and the gold that these creeps give in the jungle, the Midas is even more useful because it gives you the extra gold that you need, or that you usually get from these kind of stacks. And this stack was very well put by Net. Psionics now completely snowballs out of control. Gonna go for an Aquila first. Typical item on Psionics because you do need that mana regen. And then go for something like a Sukapao. Okay, sorry, I fell out the door. And then he can go for something like, say, I don't know, such a Yasha, for example, to just chase down enemies. I do love the Yasha and Razor. The extra movement speed is great, put it with unstable current. You already went for phase boots because you know you need the movement speed, so it makes sense they would go for Yasha as well. They're going to go on the Ursa. No Mono Leak available, so they can't really stop him, but they can just die this tower, yeah. Static Link, and the Ursa's like, oh, please! Please! I'm under my tower! I'm under my tower! How is he dying? There's just too much damage here from Geek fam. I mean, oh, that Laguna's Blade was unnecessary. There's one hit from the Razor would have killed him, but okay. Whatever. They take this Ursa, and they can at least use these 168 damage to take a tower. This is good usually by Psionics. Having a tower is actually really beneficial to a Razor, especially if there's not many TPs. Because if you do get a kill out of this, then you can just take a tower really easily, taking advantage of the static link damage. Of course, the static link damage eventually faded, and you do have a Trim Protector's Living Armor to annoy you, but this tier 1 will be going down regardless, and Psionics will be getting a bit of that pie. A piece of that pie. Very useful piece of that pie. Actually just waiting for the Aquila. Why did you just not buy in the side shop? I guess he wanted a double salve for some reason. And he's in time to get the last hit. Knew he could. There. That's the whole gold for the double salve recovered. And he also has a Midas. So he's set. I hope he's going for the Silent Yasha. It's a pretty nice build, honestly, Razor, especially with the buffs that it's been getting. The Midas attack speed don't care much about because your level 10 is ridiculously strong. That's 15 agility. It's the best agility game. A level 10 in the game, so that's really good for Razor. 15 extra agility is like getting a Yasha. It's like getting a Yasha, actually, except without the damage and whatnot. But it's like getting a Yasha, so congratulations to the Razor when he does get it. And I have so much damage. I'm assuming that Suka Power was Suka Power. I think it's called Suka Power. It was meant for the whole thing I've said about Russians coming to my stream. I would love it. He has a really chill viewers. All right, the Invoker being silenced, actually really hurt by the Thunderstorm. Sorry, by the Eye of the Storm. Not Thunderstorm, but anyway, he went down and he couldn't do anything without that Ghost Walk. I'm surprised that he doesn't just kept Ghost Walk already created, or Tornado, just to be defensive. Dian has been hit by a Dust, and this domination by Geek is not going to stop. In fact, I would even suggest the same an Axe on the Storm. I mean, on the Razor. Ever since they buffed his Eye of the Storm, is even more and more important, and getting an Axe on him, being able to push towers, and also this interval going down to 0.4 seconds. I mean, there's a whole 0.1 second released or taken away per interval. That's a huge boost. You're not meant to have that the 0.4. On the Eye of the Storm. You know that gives you one armor every second. But it should be it being physical damage, so it increases its own damage. It's like having a Mystic Snake on one target. You only need to hit that one target multiple times. Nothing is better than that. Eye of the Storm is a great ultimate. It also has a really low cooldown, considering that it lasts 30 seconds. At level 3, you have a 30 seconds without it, essentially. You can even go for the Refresher build. Yay! There's the Ags. There's the Ags and Psionics. I agree with that. Lena also going for Ags, apparently. How close is she to finish it? Oh, no, she's going for Bloodstone. Why am I saying? Going for Bloodstone. Why would she go for Ags first? Yeah, that's definitely a Bloodstone. She's really close to it, too. Only 400 gold away. Wow! No, sorry. She still needs the recipe. So she's still 1,100 gold away. Okay. Not going to get him into 15 or so. That'd be ridiculous. Oh, sorry, minute 12. That'd be ridiculous. She's still going to get him into 15, which is still ridiculous, but, you know, not as much, I suppose. As best we can do here. She even went for the bottle. So, good arcane boost build, just to help her out. Gentleman... He's using the Meteor to farm at this point, which shows his desperation just to get that Midas. It's 12 minutes in, he still hasn't have Midas, which is quite late for a Invoker. In comparison, the Razor got it minute 8, so you're 4 minutes later than the Razor, who shouldn't have a Midas that quickly anyway, because Razor farms okay, but Invoker farms a bit better with the Sunstrike kills. Yeah, it shows, because there hasn't been enough Sunstrike kills this game whatsoever. Well, Epicenter's gonna come out onto the 4-speed. All they need is a burst strike on top of TP. They don't even need the Epicenter to deal damage. In fact, the Laguna's Blade is here, ready to turn this Ursa into a corpse. And that's gonna be a dead Ursa, easy for the guys at Geek Fam. In fact, he's only dead for 24 seconds. He's level 8. No way, he's level 8. Lena's level 11. The Razor's level 12. These two have snowballed out of control. And it's precisely some of the only two heroes that you actually care about snowballing with, because they are so powerful when they get a lot of levels and when they get a lot of farm. I mean, everything this Razor has is useful. The Unstable Current is often dismissed as one of the weakest spells, but a slow of 2 seconds every time you use a targeted spell on you, yes, please. How strong or how prevalent have the Liquid Sphere and Lotus Orb become these days? Imagine having that, but, I mean, you still get hit by the spell or whatever, but you deal 260 damage and a slow of 2 seconds. Supports get screwed with Razor, because the second they try to stun you, it's like, oh, no, I'm moving at Crystal Maiden speed again. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Ah, Jesus Christ, this Purge is so annoying. And they can't do anything. They actually get killed in that situation. Oh, they go on to the Night Stalker. That's the Mangataz already used. Raji wants to get 2 stacks of the Mangataz. It's going to be a bit of it. Oh, that's 3 stacks now. Sunstrike going to hit Earth Spirit. And there's the Mangataz. There's where we can stick it up. Oh, those speeds. Rod actually not hit by the Burst Strike. They're going to go on to the Jaeger instead. Tiki's like, fuck it, fine, I'll kill Jaeger. Has Laguna's Blade in 2 seconds. I would be really careful if I was you, Night Stalker. The Dragon Slave is not even used. They can use the Laguna's Blade, but now they know that the Lina is a bit more vulnerable. Still stuck in the snakes. Decided to get a kill on the Night Stalker with the Laguna's Blade at the very least. It was a good start. Now they recall it, Razor is like, okay, right, what's happening here? Are we killing my team? I'm not killing my team today. Sonics comes in, clears up the snakes, clears up that Train Protector as well. He went for the extra movement speed over the 15 agility? Wow, that's talking that so well. I've never seen this happen on a Razor, especially on Psionics. I mean, he knows Razor better than I do, granted, but 25 movement speed. I mean, it's a considerable amount for level 10. It's one of the better amounts, too. I don't know. Not that convincing as the 15 agility. It gives you so much damage and so much attack speed in the early game. But I guess if you're going for the Ags, the whole point is that the Eye of the Storm is going to deal the main amount of damage, but it still doesn't deal that much damage. I was exaggerating a bit. Granted, it doesn't deal that much damage even with Ags. However, you are taking apart structures really easily. And if your main source of damage is the Lina, then you don't really need much more. There's the Bloodstone for the Lina. Made it 50 minutes in, like right on the spot. Psionics finds the Shadow Shaman. Actually, it was going to be the Illusion that found it, but Jaeger's dead anyway. They started using the Eye of the Storm here just to make sure they can get the kill. And they try to go on the Earth Spirit. I can only imagine because he thought that was an illusion, because the damage of the Shadow Shaman is so negligible. Using the Eye of the Storm one last time, doesn't hit structure, so it's still not that useful before the Aghanims comes in. So that doesn't matter if you use it early or not for a kill. And the top lane, oh no, Raji hit by that damage. The Cold Snap as well, Sunstrike too. Raji just resigns to his death, definitely best to finish him off. Meanwhile, they'll stick a Roshan easily. Speed drop, quite happy with this Roshan taking 26 stacks, 27 stacks, 810 extra damage. Lucky Bash is the Roshan's getting, unlucky Bash is the Ursa's getting. But regardless, that felt pretty quickly. And plus 25 damage is his choice, as opposed to going for the match resistance. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Against Selena, though. Look at how fast the Night Stalker goes down. I mean, they stunned him once, they stunned him twice, and that's an easy kill on the Night Stalker. And that's an extra Bloodstone charge for the Lena. That's the hard part about going against a Bloodstone user. You start in the late game, or in the mid game, where you're being dominated. The difference is 10,000 net worth, by the way. It's ridiculous. But when you start being dominated by the enemy team, you don't care as much about the support deaths, because of course they're just supports, you know, they have no farm. Your team is losing anyway. You want farm on someone else. Connell's even going for an Aghanims as well. Look at the Night Stalker's farm. Look at the Ursa's farm. They're actually quite low, and the supports have nothing. However, now they start meaning one Bloodstone kill. One Bloodstone charge, sorry, for every single support you kill. So they start becoming very valuable, because every single Bloodstone charge is pretty valuable. And, you know, the Shadow Shaman has died 16 times because he can't actually catch a break, because one Laguna's Blade almost blows him to bits, or alternatively the Razor Static, or Eye of the Storm just destroys him. Then you start questioning, what do I do? If I'm Shadow Shaman, I just have to stay behind and hope not to die, so the Lina won't get any more Bloodstone charges. And that dies in the bottom lane, by the way, because they catch him out with a Sunstrike, but that doesn't matter. The push is the important part here. They have an Aghanims, too, to protect these towers, and this Aghanims takes away no armor from the towers, which is unfortunate. But it still hits them for a lot of damage. That's weird. I thought it used to take damage from the towers. Prioritize the tower. Not damage, sorry. Armor from the towers. But that would be, I guess, too OP for it. Only targets tower, barracks, and ancients. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, it always has damage structures, but it doesn't say the whole minus armor. Yeah. I'm assuming the armor reduction is just yeah, enemy units, so it's just on enemy units. Unfortunate. Oh well. The Storm cannot be as useful for pushing as it could be, but it's still pretty powerful regardless with the Aghanims, and they're just waiting for it again, I think, to push again, because they have the Eye of the Storm. I mean, they have this concentrated push without using the Solar Crest. They've discovered a new way of playing. In this case, the Razor. And they do have a Train Protector which protects these armor, or with living armor, which protects these towers pretty well. But honestly, if you go in with a proper push, you really can get a kill. Honestly, 2 or 3 people. Yeah, lazy kill on Night Stalker. And take the tower as a result. You don't care much. The whole point is just to get the damage out from the Razor. 924, says Geek Fam. And Psionics with Thunder, oh sorry, with the Eye of the Storm. Oh no, they catch on the Invoker, they stun him out, the Invoker's dead! That's 35 seconds without him. I can't believe I said that. 35 seconds on the Invoker, not that big a deal, but in 18 seconds in, when the push is started by Razor, and with that Aghanim's has been acquired so easily, yep, it is a pretty big kill. Now they go on to 2, they found both the Ursa and this Twin Protector. They already kill the Shadow Shaman quickly, and they start to drain the Ursa from damage. The Ursa still has an agent, but they don't really care about it. The damage is enough to now bring down this tower. That's a static link, but the Snakes have been committed to this. At least the Shadow Shaman didn't go down without a fight. How many Bloodstone charges does Lina have? 16. Pretty happy with that. Sunstrike is not going to hit her, because the Invoker's already been dead. And even though they can't take down this tower, they at least deal some damage, which forced the Twin Protector to use Living Armor for a while. And they just play aggressively here. Geek Fam should be able to do it. Oh, wow. A kill onto Velo. That's an easy kill onto the Chrysalis. That said, Psionics has been able to grab an Aghanim's pretty early. It is now opting for the Aghanim's Refresher build, which is not bad. Actually, still not bad. Double Eye of the Storm when you went for the extra movement speed and the extra cast range is not that powerful when... Sorry, the Razor itself is not that powerful at last hitting or hitting in general. You really rely much more on your physical damage from your ultimate. It's a low cooldown ultimate, so it's fine. And if you hit 2... If you have 2 on top, which you should still be able to do, then honestly anyone dies. The 2 interval... Like, Eye of the Storm takes away 2 armor per second and deals, what? 110 damage per second. If they both hit the same target, that's possible static link. Then yeah, it's GG. Goodbye, XIAO DIAN. Goodbye. Just anyone. 110 damage per second. Yeah, anyone that can last that, please, please do show me, because that's impossible right now. Even with the Enrage, the Ursa would just lose his armor completely. That's the worst part. Like, even with the Enrage, you have the Enrage, and you're so goddamn happy that you have the Enrage. But at the same time, you don't have armor even though the Enrage is active. You actually got completely locked out because of that minus armor. And so when you come back, even though the Enrage saved you for a couple seconds, a simple attack from anyone, including the fucking Coddle, will destroy you because you have no armor. You have absolutely no armor if you're a Geek fan. Sorry, if you're anyone in XIAO DIAN attacked by this Razor ultimate. As to why he's using an Eye of the Storm so liberally right now, I have to question it. That's a bit too liberal just to attack some creeps. I think they want to fight here. And that's a good use of the Eye of Storm eventually. The Eye of Storm starts to take out armor from the Ursa, also the damage. Speed draw, realizing this is a really bad choice. Please don't go onto this Chrysalis. You're gonna die. You have no armor. You have no damage. And Razor, for some reason, decides to actually back out, even though he could have just gone in 5 versus 1. They actually have no damage for you, Psionics. You could just kill them. You have 224 extra damage. The Ursa has no Enrage. In 7 hits, you kill him. You destroy him. You have the Eye of the Storm as well. As to why he's not deciding to do that, I know Razor's playing a bit too passively, I would say, by Psionics. You have a really good early game domination, and granted, you don't want to lose it, and you know your net worth is much bigger than the enemy teams, and you know that with the recent change to the net worth, that means that Geek Fam, so I mean that XIAO DIAN will be taking a lot for every kill they get. But of course, you can't let them just heal up their towers and be happy with it. You don't have the late game against an Ursa and an Invoker, particularly. Both Lina and Razor are more the mid game heroes, and you don't want to let that Invoker recover because he has a Midas and you don't. Just because you know, crush him, well, you don't on Lina, right? So the Lina is going to start having less effect, their damage is going to be less, and Razor went for a much more utility build for pushing, not necessarily a build for dealing damage. Why is that Storm used for farming the whole time? I actually don't understand why they're doing it. Oh. Velo has a Force Staff and a Blink Dagger, ready to go onto this Ursa. Was not gonna be able to. Yeah, I mean, he could have just jumped on the Ursa and tried to get some sort of TP, but there's no Trial Boots in the Razor yet. That's why you get Trial Boots in the Razor very early, or that was a build once. Psionics is not playing a bad Razor. He's a really good Razor, actually. He's like the only thing he really plays most of the time. Dust. Yeah, good idea. Oh, they have no way of actually stunning him out. Oh, that's interesting. They don't want to waste the dust for that, so that's not bad. Laguna's Blade onto Ursa. Careful, because Ursa can still survive this. The Yule Scepter. Oh, the Burst are catching him from behind. At the Yule Sceptering up, but they don't have the extra cast range right now because they went for Light Strike Array damage. Instead, the Shadow Shaman is going to be the easy cannon fodder for the Lina. Extra Bloodstone charge for the Lina. I mean, if you don't kill the Ursa, that would have been much more important, but they do waste his rage anyway, and they do have the Eye of the Storm to push these towers down. Mid 22, second 24. I think they're counting for the rage, I can only imagine. Yeah, for the Enrage. Not the rage. I keep calling the rage. It's the Enrage. Right, at least the Eye of the Storm is really good at taking out the living armor charges for now. And the Midas as well could be used pretty soon just to get a bit more gold for the Razor and trying to get that refresher in time. Eye of the Storm doesn't really care much about the whole Thunderbolt. Yeah, look at that. The Cold Snap is actually hurting the Invoker more than it hurts Razor. I'm surprised they didn't go for the extra 100 stable or extra unstable current damage. I suppose they just know they're being offensive, so the cast range is slightly better. But honestly, the cast range only affects one of your spells. A static link, everything else does not get affected, even though people think it does. So, yeah. Yep. Wait. The poor Night Stalker about to die because of the damage from Laguna's Blade. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh. Just fuck off, guys. Thank you. Ursa losing a lot of damage there for the Razor. And the Static Link takes away 168, and now they're ready to take this tower down. The Refresher's available too. It's going to come back very soon on that Courier. Well, available in a couple seconds, honestly. It just needs one more Midas touch. Silence won't be able to get it for this team fight, but if they stay here long enough right now, they're really attacking Shadow Shaman. He's been stunned out, destroyed as well. The damage from this team is too high, and the Shadow Shaman cannot do anything to survive it. He doesn't have any Glimmer Cape. He already used the Snakes, but in a really bad position for the team fight earlier. And the guys from Geek are going to start taking these towers down. Just waiting for the Eye of the Storm, or at least the Refresher for this Razor. And the Refresher is very soon. It's coming by very soon. I mean, they have it. They have it. They already bought it. Teehee's about to go down, though. And damage for the Ursa's a bit too great. Teehee actually lost already once in this team fight, so he doesn't want to lose more Bloodstone charges here. Only down to 13. Oh, what a sad thing. The recall can be used to actually just bring anyone back at any time, so Teehee might consider just TPing and just being recalled again. Actually, a really good choice, because the Tornado, if it catches you, he just dies. In fact, a Sunstrike catches her, and she's dead. But she's re-healing up a lot thanks to the Bloodstone. She wants to put him in more pressure. The Razor wants to go for the double Eye of the Storm, obviously. Once they acquire double Eye of the Storm, he can just Static Link anyone, and they won't be able to get close to him. That's the issue here. If the Razor, by any chance, Static Links a person, and you have double Eye of the Storm, they'll die, because the Static Link will just choose to go on them. Because of the new update, they'll just die because of double Eye of the Storm. So, all XIAO DIAN can do is let the Razor push the Rex and hope that nobody of the team dies, so they don't lose more than they already have. There's the Refresher. Okay, I think I used double Eye of the Storm, I'm pretty sure. Yep, double Eye of the Storm. I don't know why it's going for Shrine, so we're going for Rax, honestly. Oh, no, the Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit almost died to the Ursa, but that's lost in rage. Now the stun. They have to kill the Ursa quickly, and Speedra is losing charges of that living armor pretty quickly as the Laguna's Blades kill Jaeger. Screw you, they say. Psionics almost killing off the Ursa, but not in time. They will now instead go for the Invoker. It's a better choice than... No, Night Stalker's a better choice, sorry. As they kill him off with a Burrow Strike, and still the double Eye of the Storm hurting these towers pretty considerably. Now they finally go into the Rax, but he loses this Eye of the Storm. They still have the Static Link damage. He's going to be able to push out pretty nicely. And the Eye of the Storm is still available in 30 more seconds. Okay, that's weird. Oh. No, yeah. I think he just gave the level when he used the second Eye of the Storm or something like that. Anyway, Psionics is going to continue the push. He doesn't have Static Link damage. Teehee is the only damage source here with the plus 50 damage that he got in the Fiery Soul stacks, of course. So they have to really start pushing this tower down. Really start pushing this tower down. The plus 40 movement speed is horrendous, by the way, Teehee, so you don't really need it. You're much happier with the plus 50 damage. Anyway. Oh, in goes the Ursa, catches the poor Razor. Razor doesn't actually care because he evades the Sunstrike. The Enrage is still available. The Eye of the Storm as well. They can still use it. The Burrow Strike is not coming out by the Sand King, even though he used the Epicenter. And now, poor Gentleman about to die to Velo. Velo just wants to get the skill with the Burrow Strike. Meanwhile, the Razor gets to go on the Ursa in the backlines. And now they're going to the Snakes. They have to release Teehee from his prison. And they will catch the end instead. He's been dusted. So there's no way the Stream Protector is surviving this engagement. The Invoker does survive, however. Psionics is stolen a lot of damage. And says, screw why kill people if you can just go for the towers instead and win the game already, and that's what they're doing right now. Psionics utilizing that Eye of the Storm pretty efficiently. In goes Raji, Rolling Boulder, doesn't catch out anyone, neither does it Illuminate, but they want to kill these Racks quickly, and they already taken down all those Snakes, so there's no more annoyance. More Chakra Magic for more mana for this Coddle. Okay, that's gonna be great for them. I mean, that is ridiculous because it literally doubles your mana. And 2704, I don't know why they're marking this. Maybe because a buyback came out. Actually, no, nothing came out. Velo's still fighting against 3. He's been hit by the Overgrowth. He can still force himself away. Oh, that Sunstrike is going to hit him. He tried to Sandstorm the damage, but he couldn't. However, the damage from the enemy team is more concentrated onto the towers. And these towers are not protecting. They also have a lot of help from the Coddle. The Blinding Light is the Agnes they picked up like a long time ago. The Darkness, though, to stop the Coddle from being effective. There's a Smoke, just a retreating Smoke. Psionics is really fast, so is Net, so the Smoke hits the right two, which in this case was both Lena and this Earth Spirit. In fact, yeah, careful, because you could just die here. I don't know why you're so confident. You have a Razor with Eye of the Storm. You can still fight this. He has Laguna's Blade. I don't know why he keeps marking the time. Oh, probably because they're waiting for the Darkness. Alright, they're waiting for the darkness to expel. How many? I think it's 25 seconds left. So once the darkness is gone, they can just fight this. Oh, they're gonna lose their coddle. So he's been silenced. Good blinding light. Oh, Yo Scepter as well to stop the Night Stalker from moving, and Laguna's Blade to finish him off. Oh, actually, the help from the Twin Protector is actually saving Love. He's getting too much healing. Finally, they kill him off, and Speed Draw will also fall in the same territory as the Spore Night Stalker. In comes now the Velo, the Burst Strike from the Sand King, easily catching out poor gentleman. Do they have dust? Do they have dust? Nobody does. Nobody does. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Geek Fam will not be able to take down that Invoker, but they still have the... Oh, they can still take down the Shrine. Actually, no, I think they're just going to go for Rax. I mean, they just took down the Ursa, and they know he has no buyback. It's pretty early in the games, too. And with double Ultimate Razor, he'll have double Ultimate very soon. So he's just going to push this lane out. Dian can come from behind. They don't care. They have the complete control right now. In fact, if Jaeger just shows himself, he's going to die. And also, the rest of the creeps are in the base, so they can actually just start pushing now. Not going to use Refresher just yet, because, of course, he wants to get the double Eye of the Storm out. Oh, the smoke only for the Shadow Shaman, so he doesn't get caught out. He comes from behind, wants to get a good Shackles. Instead, he's going to find the Shackles into Lilina. Perhaps that is not a good position for Lilina. She's been silenced. She can't actually do anything. Might have to deny herself. Sion's already caught a kill in the backline. She does deny herself, but he has already used that Eye of the Storm, the double Eye of the Storm, mind you, to try to kill Dian. The Ursa comes from behind. Great battling light to stop the Ursa. Dian's about to die. The Static Link is starting to really hurt the Ursa because he's taking all his damage away. The 70 damage taken away from the Ursa. Another Yule Center by Geek Fam. What a good job they're doing of controlling this poor Ursa and kiting him around. Tiki joins the fray, gets the kill on the enemy carry, and Psionics also killing off the Shadow Shaman casually in the backlines. Oh no. Oh, Boulder Smash catches out the Invoker. He has to Yule Scepter himself back up, but will that be enough? Probably not. A second Yule Scepter. That was a Yule Scepter from Tiki the first time. The Epicenter's committed, and this Invoker goes down for 60 seconds. No buyback on him. They force the buyback on the Shadow Shaman. They managed to catch out at least Velo, but will they die? No, the Yule Scepter actually from himself saves him from the damage of the enemy team. Psionics is just going around this fountain, trolling the enemy team. They got Mega Creeps 29 minutes in. This is GG, as XIAO DIAN calls it. They will be going down to losers brackets, and Geek Fam taking this game, this best of 3, 2-1, and winning against XIAO DIAN, the Singaporean team, and allowing themselves to remain in the winners brackets. That said, guys, that's the stream for today. I hope you've enjoyed. There's going to be more games by Joe XD Try. I think it's Joe DX Try. It sounds better, Joe DX Try. Whatever. You know, he's going to be casting the EU games for the day, so feel free to watch him. Friend of mine, he's a cool guy. So stay tuned in this channel. If you did enjoy my cast, follow me on Twitter at DSwordfish, and feel free to tweet at me if you did hate the cast, or actually just spam in the chat if you did hate the cast. You know, feel free. Even if it's in Russian, I'll translate it and cry on myself, so you're going to accomplish what you want. That said, guys, hope you did enjoy the cast. I also post on my YouTube my replays on my YouTube channel, which is, the link is located on my Twitter, so you can just go there and find the replays if you can't watch them on Smashcast for whatever reason. So feel free to go there. I also have all the previous games that I've cast in the ProDota Cup, so you can watch some of the old times and see how they got to this position. All the group stages were casted by me, so it's quite easy to follow this tournament. And I'll see you guys next time with some more Dota 2. I'll be back tomorrow with the playoffs of the XIAO region and also the European finals, so stay tuned for that. See you guys then.